returning to the story that we told you about at the top, California has passed legislation transforming rideshare drivers from independent contractors to full-time employees. It's still got to pass one of the houses of the California legislature. The concern is other states follow. Gilda Valdez is the chief of staff for the SEIU Local 721. It's the largest public sector union in Southern California. Joins me now. Thank you for joining me. Gilda Valdez, we know the arguments here. The companies Lyft and Uber both say that if these drivers become employees with all the attendant benefits, then their model, their working model, becomes unviable.
Well, that all depends from which lens you look at it. We believe that we can make things work. And if they're going to be the innovative company that they claim that they are, then they have to deal with the workers, because an innovative company is not going to be a company that exploits their workers. And right now, that's what's happening.
Do you accept that there are those drivers, as Uber says, that are quite happy to be independent contractors, that they like the fact that they can work their own hours and they have the freedom to work for other companies too?
The reality is that is the narrative of the company. The majority of workers, many of them, are working anywhere from 14 to 18 hours a day. And that's not by choice. That's in order to be able to put food on the table and to be able to pay their bills. So I'm sure there's some small percentage, but the vast majority of workers are working an average of 14 to 18 hours a day.
So if it does get to the point, bearing in mind that both of these companies are losing a shed load of money as they grow to actually get there. If it gets to the point where they do become employees with benefits, health benefits and everything else that goes with it, paid time off and all of that, and they say, well, I'm sorry, we just can't keep as many of you on. Goodbye.
So right now, this workforce is a transient workforce, and the reality is that there is a way to work this out. We are very confident that we are going to have cooperation from Uber and Lyft to be able to work through a contract for the workers, because at the end of the day, you know, the reality is this company can say, today we're going to pay you this, but if they don't have a union contract, they don't have anything, because they can change it at any time they want.
Right, so this is also not only about getting them on staff, it's also about getting them unionised, which I'm not saying is a pejorative, but that is a large part of that which you're talking about.
It is exactly where we're headed, because without a union contract, it's just not going to mean very much. We have to make sure that workers are protected, that they have rights, that everything that they have been not allowed to have up to now because of the fact that they have been misclassified. Not only Uber and Lyft workers are going to benefit, the entire state is going to benefit from all the misclassification.
Do you see this as a spearhead for reforming the gig economy? You know, we know how it's grown. It's grown ad hoc. It's grown topsy-turvy. And, you know, nobody sat and planned it. Are you now saying it's time to reform the gig economy and to make it look more like the traditional economy, even if it means it's less innovative in the process?
I love those words that I just heard you said, because that's absolutely correct. We have to, this is absolutely a spearhead to change what's happening in the gig economy. We want the gig economy to prosper, but we also want the workers to prosper. We want families to prosper. And so absolutely, it is the spearhead. If the gig economy is going to survive, if they're going to be able to be part of this country in a way that is the American way, then they need to be able to accept that workers want to organize. Workers are standing up because they want to hear their voices, their voices to be heard. They want to make sure that they have benefits for their families. They don't even have access to health care. They have no if they call in sick one day, there's no access. They don't even have a minimum wage right now for these workers. So that is not the American way. That is a way of exploitation, and we know that we can do better, and I know these companies know that they can do better. So yes, this is the spearhead for the gig economy, and we're going to lead it. We're going to lead it out of SEIU. We're going to lead it right here out of Los Angeles and California.
Good to see you, Gilda. We'll talk more about this. Thank you for taking time in your busy day to come and talk to us. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you.